this week. It's weird. YouTube just went offline and then bounced back. What's weird is I've been lives with the same device in the same places on Instagram, and it doesn't die out on Instagram like it does on YouTube here. How's the sound? Do you hear us? Do you see the picture? How's everybody been this last week? I'm showing one person online. Literally, I'm showing one person. And we've been going for over a minute. Spags, what's up, man? Landfill, what's up? Tommy, Vance, Fraser, Isaac, what's going on, guys? We have built tons of fupas. These here are danglers and coyote. These are woodland standard fupas. We did arid large tool bags, woodland large tool bags, multicam black red thread large tool bags. Here's a bunch of arid ones over here. You started getting texts again. What caused that? That's weird. DJ Guzman, what's going on? Great Wolf. David, what's up? Guys, we've been doing a live every night on Instagram while we've been locked out of YouTube. Most of you I have not seen there. Multicam black red thread large tool bags. Stacks of zippered knife pouches. Single point slings. AKM4 micro rigs. Coyote. Mesh pockets. More stacks of zippered knife pouches. Our gray fupa's gray inside. Probably. I don't know. I can't guarantee it. It depends what we have for the most of for extra material. Haven't changed anything. I watched the live 2 nights, just harder to do. Got it. Got it. So you haven't changed anything and you just started randomly getting texts again. That's weird. Easy K, what's up? What Velcro holster color should ship on Monday? Probably all of them. Order the color you want. Put in notes that you'll take any color. I see black, red, gray, OD, black, pink. I don't see any black, but I think there's some over on the tables. 12-month member, TJ, right on. John, what's up? First time ever. John who? What John? I am also John. Did YouTube hit you? Yeah, we got for medical information podcast episode 35. We recorded 37 this Wednesday. Podcast episode 35, YouTube pulled it down off the platform altogether. And it is on Rumble. And it's usually $10 membership level. They come out free about 3 months later. But we put that episode up on Rumble for everybody to see, whether you're a member or not. So you can listen to it and determine for yourself what you think got us locked down. Text app said your number wasn't real. Had you suspended. Had 90 numbers suspended. Made them release them all. Can I use Instagram just as business page? Or do I need a personal account as well, like Facebook? I don't know the answer to that. I think you convert your personal to business on Instagram, but you're still going to have a Facebook page probably, because it's all Meta now. You have to have, to use it through the back end, you have to have the Meta account. Be Good Broadcast, what's up? Great Wolf, 13-month members, right on, buddy. Have a product idea and a crude prototype. What do you recommend as the next step? Ricochet, I have no idea what we're talking about, bud. What do you mean? You have a idea for that you want somebody else to build. You have an idea that you want to build. What's the industry that it's for? Been suspended many times. Glad you're back. Yeah, we get suspended. We get hit. And guys, if you notice that if you see a day where you don't see a video or uploads, we're suspended. You should also know that we are on all the other platforms. I have done a live every single night that we've been suspended. There are still posts on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It's always baffling when dudes are like, oh, I wonder what happened to him. You didn't wonder that much because we're everywhere. It would have been within 5 seconds you could. Are we live? Are we back? They wanted a 1-minute video of your face. If you think they don't already have video of your face, you're making. If you want to the point systems, they all have kind of sewing machines do you use. All of them, literally all of them. It's kind of work. What kind of work are you doing? Dana, what's up? Your opinion on Maui thing? Did it happen? Yeah, I absolutely believe that. How about just all the stuff that's being sent over there that they're not letting people have? My question, though, you keep hearing about these thousands of dead kids. Where's their parents? Where's the video of their parents fucking mourning these kids? Where's the social media of these fucking parents that are, mortified and their lives are ruined because their fucking children died? I haven't seen any of those videos. It's kind of weird. So Oprah has amazing luck, okay? We've actually talked about this on the podcast this week. Think about rich people. I think that most of what you hear about Oprah is probably true, right? Assisted in child trafficking, does horrible things. Sure, she was Harvey Weinstein people, shutting young. And for security, you're going to have an offset. You're going to have an area that is shaved down where people can't hide behind. Think about a prison. A prison has a big gravel or sand area inside the fence and outside the fence. What is that for? It's so that you can see footprints. They actually rake it like they do a ball field. They remove footprints and bird prints and animal prints and tracks so they can see prisoner escapes. It also works as a fire break in a standoff. So I would suspect that all these big compounds over there are probably built in that manner. Other thing to think about, during the big California wildfires a few years ago, you had houses up on top of hills and stuff that were not torched because they hired private firefighting companies to protect the properties. So that could, I don't know that is the case, but that is possible. Saw an independent journalist reporting from the island, and some dude rolls up on him talking about how he shouldn't be there. So yeah, who was that dude? Four sets of fingerprints on file. They have my blood type. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As for what kind of sewing machines, that's a Juki. That's a Juki. That's a Seiko. That's a Nakajima. This one here is a Konso. That's a Konso. That's a Juki. Seiko. I've got some Mitsubishis in here. There's some Singers floating around. Bohemian Grove made the decision on the fires. Curious what kind of rain this hurricane is really going to do to us in SoCal. I think you're about to get fucked up. The airport The airport in Las Vegas is already closed. As of this morning, it was closed down because the runways were flooding. I think you're going to see weather in California like you haven't seen in 50 years. Do you think that's just Mother Nature? What's my favorite machine? What should I be on? I should be on one of these big machines. What am I on? I'm on this old ass machine right here. It's a Consew 206. You know, Scully dropped some truth about dude that drowned in 4 inches of water, 4 feet of water, Big Mike. No way that wasn't on the video. Yeah, Obama's chef. They said he died in 8 feet of water. All the Google hydrographic maps all say that it's 4 feet of water. It also has come out that he was a very powerful swimmer, was very good at swimming. In fact, competed in swimming, I believe. Why was there no leash attached to his leg? People that paddleboard typically have a leash on them in case the board gets away from them. I work in a dye house. We use Puji and Seiko. I've never heard of Puji. Was that supposed to say Juki maybe? And Seiko is S-I-E-K-O, right? You don't have a S-A-K-O machine, right? Maybe there's something I'm not familiar with. Here in La Jolla at work, in the hospital all night. No rain up here yet. Supposed to start soon. Yeah, man, have yourself a plan, buddy. Just in case. Supposed to get hit here in Vegas. Damn Chinese weather weapons. I can tell you that I have somebody in Vegas right now that is supposed to fly out today. She was not able to fly out. They had already canceled every flight coming out of Las Vegas was canceled as of this morning or last night. Got to fill up Lake Mead. Lake Mead's actually up by 20 feet. I saw a video on that last night. HARP, yeah, High Altitude Resonation Program. I think that's what that stands for. There are a lot of HARP bases that have been up for sale over the last decade or two, though. I think they're on beyond HARP. They've got something else. Puji machines are rather junky to maintain. I'm in maintenance and have to do. I've not heard of them. Randon, what country are you in? Are you in the United States? Football as well. Haven't seen you in a minute. Any idea when pulling the thread 30? Are we back live? We uploaded episode 35. YouTube killed it within 30 minutes, pulled it off of the platform, and gave us a strike. They locked the account down for 7 days. We never even made the video public. Nobody ever saw the video. We uploaded it and they banned us. The video is up on our Rumble channel, and it's been on our Rumble channel for the last 7 days. It's free for anyone to see. So if you're not a YouTube member and you want to check it out and see if it's worth becoming a member, that episode is there for anyone to watch. Our Rumble channel is SOE Tactical Gear. Outer bands of rain hitting SoCal desert, expecting 3 to 5 inches. Willing to bet a bunch of VCs backed by defense contractor companies and other high net worth people are going to be buying a bunch of property out there. Yeah, they're already starting to. They're already trying to. And then you have local government saying that they're not going to let anybody from outside buy, and they want to make all that territory a park. So you have inside trying to steal it, you have outside trying to steal it. Rhodesian brushstroke. No, I don't have any of the material. I've never even seen any of it for sale. So 5-round shotgun cards are appropriate for some shotguns. I don't understand the question there. think the fact that each family in Maui is only getting 700, it's one of the most expensive places to love says a lot. Yeah. How can that even be? How can that fucking even be? And people thought they were insured, and insurance isn't paying the property because they said they weren't up to code. But how can it be that the United States government is going to assist these people to the tune of $700, yet they gave everybody in the United States free money during COVID? Or they gave $48 billion to Ukraine, and they're continuing to give billion. You know, they just gave $3 billion they just gave to the Taliban. Did you know that? But they're going to give these people, and these people aren't getting assistance. There's tons of stuff coming in on ships that they're not letting come ashore. They want these people to have to go to FEMA, and to go to FEMA, they have to sign in. They're not giving them assistance. You have to go and stay at FEMA as though you're a fucking captive. What do I think happened in Maui? We've been talking about it for the last 20 minutes, buddy. Does 12 gauge target load for skeet still exist in the all real state? I don't know. I haven't looked for it. I'm sure that it does. Thanks to advice and members question in action. I'm going to get the cheap Walmart sewing. Oh, right on, bud. Right on. Believe they're actually a batching machine manufacturer, but the company I work for has adopted some of them to floor models as well, because we have both. I don't know what that means either, bud. I have no idea. Like, it literally sounds like you're from another country. I don't know if the autocorrect is changing things out and it's not actually what you're saying. I don't know what a batching machine is. Them Hawaiians talk a lot about it's their island and they will put blood on it the time. Yeah, well, let's get to it.
What did you do with my fish?
I didn't touch your fish. I haven't even seen your fish. Is it in the truck?
No, it was down here this morning.
Then your fucking cat killed it. Is a 9mm carbine worth buying? Stick with an 8. Do you have an AR? Do you shoot a lot of 9mm and you want a 9mm carbine? If you want one, get one. Is it reliable? I mean, if you get something reputable and you just think you want a 9mm because you have a ton of ammo, fucking more power to you. Official. Where was it?
On the ground down here.
Is it alive?
It's alive. It's a beta. They're hard to kill.
Yeah, but if the cat knocked it out of the tank, officials in office need to be held accountable. Yeah, they do. The tree needs to be watered. Got my FUPA this week and have been using it every day, man. We built a bunch of them. Adam French, what kind of carbine are you thinking about, man? What's on your radar? Hank, thanks for being here, man. I'm in South Carolina. I didn't know what half of the machines were before I started here. Seems most of these machines are pretty common in the dye industry. See, I don't even know what the dye industry is. I assume that the dye industry is you're making dye, like you're dyeing the color of fabric, or is it dye as in like dye molds and stuff? I wouldn't even know why you would use a sewing machine in the dye industry. Not to discount or discredit what you're saying. It's just not on my radar. Dyeing fabric, right on. Chris Watkins, what's up, man? SOE Universe, what's up, buddy? Got your FUPA right on. Man, we've shipped hundreds and hundreds of them. The crazy thing is, right? You could totally fabricate something. You could totally make up the most science fiction thing and present it to the normal US citizen as though the government was doing it to its own people, and we wouldn't question it. I think everybody knows that the government is not for us, right? They actually hate us. We are in their way. They would love for most of us to disappear. They even keep talking. They keep saying now that we are depopulating the world. Use a FUPA every day. Yeah, right on, man. I use one often too when we go out. SIG MPX, right? Man, if you want that gun and that's on your radar and you keep thinking about it, go get you one. If it makes you happy, right? I don't think you're gonna buy a SIG MPX and then like a year from now be like, oh man, I wish I didn't get this SIG MPX. No, you're gonna buy an MPX, you're gonna mess around with it, you're gonna like it, and then something else is gonna be on your radar, and you're gonna go buy another thing. And if you want to, you could trade that one in for something else, but you're not gonna buy that and go, man, I wish I didn't do that. I mean, how many? There's 87 people on here, right? I'll bet 80 of them have guns. I'll bet 80 of them have more than 10 guns. And I'll bet 80 of them wish they had 20. PSA AKV is a dope ass 9mm, right on. Who makes that? PSA, obviously. What is that? Palmetto State Armory. Went to Clinchman's Dome today. Highest point on the Appalachian Trail. That's cool, dude. Can you drive right to it, or do you have to hike? Some have 80, yeah. Byron Roberts wishes he had 20. So he didn't have to have 10 safes. It never ends. More than, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, man. You're a grown-ass man. Nobody gives you money. You work for your money. Spend your money where it makes you happy. Even if that MPX doesn't make you any money, does it make you happy? Could it build could you build content around it, right? Does it please you? Quote Scully, buy guns, don't sell guns. Speaking of 9mm CQB pouch with pistol side pouches, the site listed camo without pistol side pouches. I don't know what that means. What do you mean it lists camo? It literally says camo? I don't think it does. Really digging the podcast. I listen when I'm doing stuff around the house. That's when I listen to podcasts or audiobooks too. We got back here maybe 90 minutes ago, and I moved some stuff around, did some shit here, washed whatever dishes were in the kitchen, cleaned up the kitchen, went outside, watered the garden, and that's what I just had an audiobook on. Multicam. Multicam CQB mag pouches with pistols. I see, and with pals on the back, I've got multicam. I've got some black ones, and I've got a lonely OD green one. That's what I've got with pistol mags. I have some without pistols, it looks like. Chop Up Pack 9 has been good, right on. Hiked about half mile to the top. SOE gear makes me happy. Really digging the podcast. Listen, I'm doing right on. Speaking of 9mm, CQB pouch with pistol pouch site listed camo without pistol side pouches. You want them with? I have one without, and I have black without. Tell me what you want. Type out what you want. Don't tell me what the site says. Tell me what you want, and we'll make sure. I've got these here. These are all belt mount. 10.5 AR9, way more fun. So I just said reliable because we used to have Colt 9mm, right? And some of them took Colt 9mm mags, steel mags, and some took like modified Sten gun mags. Reliable upper Department of Energy, real short little gun that you just put, but it had a block. It had a magazine block, and they worked okay, but sometimes they didn't work. Waiting for Hurricane to hit. Oh, Rosarito. Patrick, you're in Rosarito? We used to go down there quite a bit. A lot of 9mm carbines that are good. And we make a subgun micro. When you get your 9mm carbine, there's 4 mags right there with utility. SIG MPX. Yeah, I think Cody's got a SIG MPX. Talked about Sean Ryan podcast about Kabul retreat. Wow, that was a disgrace. You talked about Sean Ryan podcast about the Kabul retreat. Wow, that was a disgrace. Hank, I'm not sure what you mean. Is that we spoke about it in a disgraceful manner, or the Kabul withdrawal was a retreat? What are we talking about? Was it disgrace? I'm not following you, man. You got to keep in mind too, we do 20 hours of content every week. So you're hearing something, or you might have heard something today that we made a couple weeks ago, and I'm just not sure what it is that we're speaking about. Buy the pistol way better than drugs. Multicam CQB with pistol side pouches, pals on the back. Those are it that you just showed. Okay, Michael, does it say that you can buy it? Are you able to order it, or are you not able to buy it? Are you telling me that my website is incorrect is what I'm asking you? Ruger 9mm, awesome, right on. Got an interview for a promotion Tuesday. Any advice? Add value, man. Tell them why they should give you the promotion. Tell them what you've done. Stand out above the others without talking shit about the others. Dan Cooper prefers a pistol caliber carbine over PCCs. Pistol over PCCs, I got you. Sight shows the multicam without pistol sight. Got it, okay. Amanda, where are you?
Right here.
Hey, dude wants to order some of these CQB with pistol mag pouches and multicam.
Okay.
See how many you have. They are not online, he said.
Okay. I can order multi-cam with pistols.
Yep, they're on the top shelf.
Pals.
Yep. Right hand multicam stacked micro rigs. I don't know. Not in. Did you say multicam? No, I have Coyote. Why? Because you have one on order? That's why it hasn't shipped, because we don't have it. Are we back online? Okay, stack micros, right hand. I have Coyote. I do see a multicam in there, and I see a Mick. Story on Kabul pullout. Sean Ryan, fuck yes it was. Absolutely insane.
They're live.
Soldier that said they could have taken out the bomber. Yeah. All right, I'm back online. I don't know what the last thing you heard. Yeah, YouTube hates me tonight. Keep in mind, I've done a live for the last 7 days, and it drops one time on Instagram. This is a YouTube thing. Funny how Wi-Fi is better on Instagram. Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. Whacking like Joe's brain. Yeah, YouTube is getting worse and worse. Guys, we're on Rumble. Every video we put up, everything that goes to YouTube automatically goes to Rumble. Yeah, Scully says one rifle platoon, one Marine Corps rifle platoon could have handled that whole situation. I watched the podcast on YouTube. Where can I find audio? We don't put the audio up on a podcast. We don't put it up in podcast format. Work ethic. Your work ethic said bare minimum of two coffee cups. For you and Amanda, it's Folger, so maybe an extra big. Thanks for the $5, man. When will multicam black AKM be back in stock? I don't know. I don't know. I think we have some cut or being cut, but I don't know. I've got Coyote that was just cut. Where do you find the podcast? You can only find it on YouTube because it's only on YouTube. It's episode 35, which is the one YouTube banned us for the last week for, is up on Rumble. Multicam black AKM form micros are being cut right here. If you want one, send me an email and I will make sure I'll put one online for you tonight and you can get batched into that batch. If you don't want to do that, then make sure you're on our text and email list and you might be able to get one of those. Somebody was asking about Velcro adjustable holsters earlier. Here's some, in fact, that are done. Pistol cards, EMT shear pouches, tourniquet pouches, dual pistol mags. Greeting from behind enemy lines. Are you in California where the weather will affect you? Do you own thermals, night vision? I do. I have some older thermals. And I have ANPVS 14s. I have a handful of those. I got some Anvis 5 dual tubes, aviation stuff, and then I've got some 7s. I do not have current stuff. How come you don't cut multiple layers of fabric with a straight knife? Because we cut shit that's not straight, and we cut way fucking faster without the knife. We don't do batches big enough to use a knife. I've had Eastman cutting saws, and we never were quicker in that manner. They were never faster. If we were running hundreds of shit that were rectangle or round patterns, that would be fine. But our stuff's just, we cut, and it also is not precise. If you're asking this, I assume that you're running a saw, and you also know that you have a lot more scrap with the saw. The saw works good, and you need a table, right? You need a layering table with the track that rolls back and forth. So you basically S your material back and forth until you're 20 layers deep. You put your pattern, you put your weight on your pattern, you run the saw around the pattern. You have a ton of overage, and we're not running enough stuff to do that in that manner. We run too many products, and our products are too intricate and have too many cuts to use a saw. Wait time on a rigger's belt. Now, be specific. You ordered a rigger belt or a Cobra rigger belt? Just battening down just in case. Yeah, like La Jolla, man. Those guys right on the coast, they're fucked. Like Top of the Cove and all those places. Received AK, M4 AK chest rig. Extremely happy, top notch. You got one of those, the big one, like the 8 mags? That whole text to speak was completely garbage for that. I apologize. That sounded like I was slow. Dano, I'm not sure what we're talking about, bud. Maybe I didn't see it. Oh, work ethic. This cat likes to ride on this cart like a skateboard. Let's see if we can roll him into the other cat. Well, Peter, man, I hope you guys come out unscathed. I hope you come out of that no problem. It does seem very weird that we're having flooding where we haven't had flooding, and you're just all kinds of calamities going on, it would seem, doesn't it? This is weird. Adjustable Velcro holsters, don't go there. Fanny packs, don't go. I wonder who the fuck's putting this stuff. Grocery bags, padded hearing protection cases. Yeah, when I leave people to their own devices, things that I need done don't get done, and things that are not priority get done. They'll pick the easy things. So brand a few years ago, situation doesn't. Yeah, I even bought that like Sailrite hot knife, and then the little chickadee cutters. Like it seems good on video. None of that shit's faster than we cut though. Like look at all this stuff, right? 2 guys cut all of this. 2 people in this shop. And one of them's new. This shit right here, all these bins, these are all cut on Friday. All these things, Amanda cut all of these like an hour in a night. All of these job orders, all these bins you see were cut by 2 human beings in this building. The chat keeps going blank and showing 503. So bizarre. Club 503, weird. Fires and floods. Yeah, man. Well, there have been locusts. Have you not seen? And the sandstorms? They've been all through Africa. Africa had so big of a sandstorm running through Egypt and all that, they are saying it was going to actually affect the United States. Speaking from experience, I'm 100% faster with a pair of scissors than I am with any machinery. Yeah, the machinery seems like you don't have to develop skill. 8 mag and multicam, just need me one tear off med pouch. We have multicam tear off med pouches cut right over here. The big ones. Or we did have, I don't know where they've been moved to. There were several nights when I walked over here and there were multicam tear off med pouches sitting here. I don't know where they've gone. That's a good question. Where did they go? I thought I was going to walk right over there and show them to you. There they are. Shit, I didn't even see this stuff down here. Holy shit. African Sandstorm was my nickname in high school. Then it became Cocaine Alligator. Without Velcro liner, with V-ring, I don't think I got one with the buckle. Matthew, it's possible that I generally cut them within a day or two. Find your when did you order it? Find your confirmation email and just reply back, hey, this is the one we were talking about on the live feed, and I'll check it out. But riggers belts, low profile belts, I typically cut those within a day or two of being ordered. Scott Taylor, 503. Yeah, people keep saying that it's given a 503 error code. I think I got, oh, you got one with the Cobra buckle. That's your holdup. The 175 Cobra buckle's the holdup. More Fupa danglers. Have you ever had issues with employees thieving from you? There's not really a way to do it here. We have in the past when we had Marines working for us. We had a Marine filled up a whole duffel bag full of slings, took them on base and started selling them into individual people. I've had employees that would come in and they were copying patterns and you know, we have video of them copying patterns and photocopying or scanning and copying through our printers, like customer lists and invoices, which is why I just don't hire men really to work in the sewing side of the house. Anytime I've had a guy come in and we've taught him how to sew, he has always gone out and started or tried to start another company competing. Women come in and they come in and do the job. They don't have an interest in this equipment. A woman sitting on the sewing machine has no care in the world about tactical gear. So we don't really create a competitor. Whereas literally to the T, every single man I've had come in that I've taught to sew has tried to be a competitor. And people don't compete by building product and selling. Their competition is they want and somehow to disrupt or cause a mutiny or literally burn your shop down. The do not compete doesn't do shit. It literally does the do not compete only instills fear in a person who's not really sure they're going to do what they're going to do, and it makes you feel better. A do not compete doesn't do shit, nor does an NDA. And it doesn't fucking matter whether you win or not if the person doesn't have money to pay a judgment. It literally does nothing for you. Lately, I've been using a pair of scissors and can cut out 20 wallet blanks in 50. That's what I'm saying, man. Marines will steal. Strategic transfer of equipment. Yes, sir. Father always said the worst part of business was his employees. Yeah. Your biggest frustration is human beings. It's always human beings. Hire older people, hire adults, hire dudes that have, done 20 years in the service. And I know it's hard to find because most dudes have done 20 years. They want to go play. They've done their 20 years, But you hire older folks who, look around. Who's working hard at a store that you see? Go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. Who will even look you in the eye and speak to you? It's not a younger person. They don't know how to communicate. Owned and operated a roofing company 30 years. Many a mutiny were squelched. Yep. Yeah, literally no one. Literally. We'll be walking down. I'll be like, look me in the eyes. Literally, I'll be like, eyes up, motherfucker. Because they're going to run into you because they're looking at the screen on their hand on the cell phone. Use FUPA every day. Love it. Just ordered a 3-cell pocket slide. Also added your YouTube channel and website. Dude, thank you, man. How do I pronounce your name? CJ Huey, perhaps? Here's the 3-cell pocket slide. What color did you order? Somebody ordered multicam black orange the other day, so we made some. I've got some woodland. I've got multicam black toxic. I've got multicam black purple. I have multicam, and I have arid right there. Have you seen these? Little micrococks, they're so cool. And then I've got pocket slides. We just made a bunch more pocket slides. So true, the older and retired population is willing to work harder since they have to make, well, I don't think it's about having to make ends meet. That is not at all what I meant by that. It's just who we are. You're going to go in and you're going to work. We know how to work. People are calibrated so ridiculously weak. Think about it right now. Go have a conversation with a 20-year-old and shake his hands. There's no calluses. There's no cuts. There's no scrapes. There's no calluses. They don't understand. Hard work, they confuse pain with injured. We've changed the meaning of words. American work ethic, that's it exactly. You have young kids right now whose parents haven't been to war. And I get it. The wars we just fought over, it's very different. All the mechanized drive to the target. You hear so many people, and not all of them, but most of these people you hear squealing about PTSD, most of them didn't see any combat. Not all of them. It's just like the Gulf War. Before this last war, right? The first Gulf War, you got all these dudes talking about all this combat and all this shit. Most of them didn't see any combat. It just didn't fucking happen. Those are people that have just latched onto that and that's became their identity and they get attention from that. If you need someone with expertise, try ACE. I like ACE. We've actually been going to ACE. ACE has a great selection of Milwaukee tools. And I was actually thinking that today. ACE is the place for the helpful hardware, man, right? We've been going to ACE. You're absolutely correct. And who do you see in there? We go to an ACE in Jackson, Tennessee. You would never know it was even there. It's not on the main strip. You don't see anything about it. I actually Googled it and I realized there was an ACE Hardware. So we've been there. Who's in there? People over 60 years old. There's one kid working at the front counter. Every single human being that works there over that looks like they're a grandmother or a grandfather. Diagnosed with PTSD, didn't even want it, never saw combat. Right, and it's not in your signature line. It's not in your introduction. It's not part of your pickup line. I would have never even known it had you not just said it. That's my point, man. PTSD is simply an acronym created to sell drugs. I agree. Jeff will agree with you as well. ACE Hardwares are individually owned. Franchise makes a huge difference. If you need someone with expertise, ACE, Lowe's, and Home Depot are filled with lazy wage collectors. Try ACE. Oh, I see what you're saying. Got it. I can't have a conversation with a 20-year-old because they can't communicate. You're right about NDAs. If someone approaches you, have the funds to drown them in legal fees. Yeah, we get hit up all the time. Hey, I have this thing. You're gonna make it's gonna make $18 million. I'm gonna give you 7 million of it. I just need you to sign this NDA. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. It's bullshit. If you were gonna make 18, you could have found anybody to make the 7. Only reason Ace has a kid working the counter is because the grandparents don't understand the checkout. Multicam, you pronounced my name perfectly. CJ Huey, right on. Well, welcome, man. I often say that people who use handicap as a crutch end up mowing into the mental handicap guy. Yeah, perhaps, man. How about go to Walmart? You're going to see a big fat white girl get out of a purple Chrysler 300. She's going to be parked crooked. She's going to have a handicap placard. She's going to leave her baby in the car, and she's going to throw a dirty diaper on the ground of the parking lot. You can see her just go to Walmart. You will see the equivalent of her at any Walmart anywhere in the country. And she'll get out of there, and her only handicap is that her hand's full of a big gulp and a bag full of some shit she shouldn't be stuffing in her face. She walks just fine, but she got that handicap placard. I traumatize weekly. I often say to people, yep, we've read all these. 92, I'm a 92 model, and I feel at 100%. Hydration carriers, very few. Let's look and see what we got. I think the hydro carriers are probably locked down. I don't think it'll let you order something we don't have. After previous wars, veterans brought back Harleys and rode for therapy. Yeah, we let them bring back special laws to prevent it. Typhon, Highlander, Black, Raid is what we have for hydro carriers. Takes 21 days to develop a new habit. So if we cancel social media for a year, can we fix the stupidity and teach them work ethic? No, they're already ruined. What will happen is you will save the up-and-comers. You will be able to convert some of the existing. Many of them will commit suicide. Every time the power goes off in major cities for more than a few hours, teenagers kill themselves. I'm not opposed, not my problem. Not my problem. It would weed the weeds from the garden, the weeds that are sucking the nutrients out of society. The reason Walmarts will be government camps is because the stupid are conditioned to go there. Not only that, they actually are built up as military and government infrastructure. They are the biggest partners to Homeland Security. They have water diversion and water storage. Look around big Walmarts in your area. Does it look like you could close a floodgate and flood a big, huge pool? That's because you can. They sit on 125,000 gallons of diesel fuel with multiple generators. They are set up so they can be repair shops, vehicle maintenance shops, hospitals, logistics. That's a fact. Sick of all the people that think a yield sign somehow becomes a merge sign. Not only that, but the SOP of combat changed. Everyone on patrols are on the defensive, and PTSD was everywhere. The SOF guys at the tip of the spear ran combat ops offensively, made PTSD less severe. Absolutely. And we have a fucking camera tattletaling on everything you do. We have dudes in this last war that were brought up on military charges for doing the same things people have done for the last 100 years. DP works. What's up, man? And then they're in the store. They are driving the rascals around. Just ordered a single point sling for a friend. His hands go numb when weed whack. Oh, we talk about that all the time, Ed. My hands go numb from it. My hands go numb from the string trimmer. Traumatized weekly just at work. Wait till you're shot at to engage. Yeah, absolutely. That's it exactly, right? A lot of Walmart's electricity is also off grid. They have their own power generating facility. Is that what you're talking about? Or in addition to the generators? There's a lot of Walmarts that have been closed down. Thousands of them, in fact, in the United States over the last several years. And they're set up and they look very much like prison camps. The barbed wire faces inside. They have active security. They have active surveillance. There is a ton of videos. There were thousands of videos of guys going around to these Walmart prison camps. Security would come out and rouse them. Law enforcement would come out. All those videos have been pulled from YouTube. Look up tunnels under Walmart and see what you can find. There was thousands of videos of guys doing this. Thousands of videos of guys doing this. And most of that shit has become impossible to find. Tax squirrel, what's up? The wheat from the chaff, that's right. But with all that said, what can you do right now? What can you do tomorrow that makes you more self-sustainable, right? When you're more self-sustainable, you're happier because you're doing things, right? When you're active and you have accomplishments, it just makes you happier. So I think prepping's a great hobby. Number one, it's going to make you more self-sustainable. You're going to rely less on other people. You're typically going to be around people who are happier because they're doing the same thing. There's some people in the prepper movement that are just, they collect and it's all doom and gloom and you get together and they tell you about the next 50 things that are going to wipe you out. But then there's other people, right? Get in the homesteading community. Typically those people want to do that more, so they have figured out a way to do that as a job, right? So they're happy. They figure out a way to monetize things and how to build an audience and how to do things that they feel brings value. How many people show up to work and hate their job and just feel like, man, I'm just around miserable people all day? If you could figure out a way to do something that you enjoy doing and have it pay your bills, wouldn't you be a lot happier person? Wouldn't your family be a lot better off? Community, and there's an attack on Christianity. There's an attack on organized religion. There's an attack on you not needing them, right? Crazy talk. Wrangler Star. Yeah, Wrangler Star is a good example. Download the sex offender registry and wait for the grid to fail. If the grid ever failed, I think a lot of people would immediately be removed from society, right? Even the petty thieves. Everybody knows who the turd in the community is, who the trash is. You're going to have people sober up quickly and become valuable. And then you're going to have people that are just going to continue to be trash. And they're going to continue to try to steal bicycles and shit like that. When the power goes out, the guns come off. The guns come out, right? When the power goes off and 911 doesn't work, people are going to handle their shit. There's going to be bodies stacked out at the road for somebody to collect. There's going to be bodies displayed as a warning. And there's just going to be a lot of fucking holes dug until that diesel runs out, just disposing. Dudes with pigs, they're not going to have to feed people. They're not going to have to feed their pigs for a while because they're going to feed them the trash. Everybody knows who the trash is. You're not going to have to go out and hunt for it. It will just show up. Attack on everything America was. Yes, it is. DP works. Doesn't it though? I was a lot happier person before I started paying attention. Gives a sense of satisfaction seeing a full pantry. Yeah, especially and another satisfaction when you plant the seeds. Another satisfaction when it comes up. When you're out there watering that and you're working in the dirt with your hands, it all adds to you. Twice as hard on my gear business this year, cutting wallet blanks as I watch. I need to raise more money and make. Yeah, you do. So if you're doing wallets, a ton of them, look into a clicker press. Look at Tandy. Tandy sells a small clicker press. You can have dies made. My wallet pattern, my trifold my trifold wallet pattern set has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patterns. But one of them uses the same pattern 3 times. Three of them are the same pattern. It's an expenditure, but you can lay it down and look at it that way and see if you're going to continue doing that product. The trifold wallet we make, I've made it for 25 years. And I also still am not doing what I'm telling you to do. Stone Temple Pilots at concert I went to admitted to my town, basically, I'm the man. Seriously, is someone seriously asking for Lillian and Vivian to go to their office after Stone Temple Pilots literally told my town I'm real? Tyler, buddy, I don't have a clue what you're fucking talking about here. So, I mean, you might say a few more words and it totally clears it up, but I don't know what that means. The book 1 Second After by William Fortune is good read. He has 3 more out on audiobooks. There's 3 total. And the 4th one is out on book right now and has not made it to audio if you're not aware of that. I would like a Tandy clicker press of pneumatic one, but sadly now space and money. Those are bullshit answers. Those are excuses that you tell you. How much is it? How much is it? What is it? $1,500 for the press? $1,500, $2,000 for the press? You could do a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe to raise the money and give everybody one of the wallets that funded you, and you could probably have that money within a week or 2. You could also, I mean, I don't know, maybe you're missing legs. Maybe you're 500 pounds and you can't drive around. I don't know. You could also go do Grubhub, Uber Eats, Lyft, Uber. You could do all of those right now from 8 o'clock to midnight every night and take drunk people home. Drunk people will probably tip you higher too and make the money to do that. And there's an app that will funnel all of those in, so it'll actually only feed you stuff that is in the direction that you're heading, so you can merge them one after the other after the other. I believe impaling posts are more effective. Yeah, I want one of those cages that we hang people in and let the birds pick them apart. Pickled my first batch of eggs last week, couple more days, and I'll try one. Awesome, man. Good for you. Have you done anything with the gentleman's plot? No, it's still sitting down here. It's still sitting down here. I just got to get a couple guys together and move it upstairs to my office. Rural America isn't racist. Go to Walmart. Tons of mixed families. Yeah, they want you to believe that who's the racist? Stop and think about who is racist. You probably got some racist white people saying racist shit. They're not the majority. It ain't fucking them. And most of them, look at most of them. Most of them look fucking dumb. Most of the racist white folk, they don't look like successful folks. But that's not the racist. Who's more racist? Ordered 2 radio pouches, 2 Nalgene pouches, 1 multitasker, and 1 tear-off med pouch. Right on, man. Thanks for the order. Still no space. I work in my kitchen shop, but my goal is to raise enough money to rent a workshop. Man, I don't know your situation. Are you in an apartment or something? Is it your house or you live in your mom's house? Do you have a garage? And is saying racist shit racist? Yeah. Look how many mixed families they are. Like, I see it all the time. I don't go fucking anywhere where I don't see mixed families. Ever. And you definitely can't see a fucking commercial where you see a white family anymore. Yeah, no, I'm physically fit but overweight. I'm overweight too, buddy. Don't trip. True racists are the ones pushing constant. Yeah, you're racist. And even if we want to talk Ku Klux Klan, who was the Ku Klux Klan? They're sitting in fucking office right now. It's the politicians. Look up Persian boat execution. That should be death to pedophiles. True racists are the ones pushing constant. Did you get on Public Square? I am not on Public Square. I might be on Public Square, but I'm not like set up on Public Square. Yep, you're Democrats. Throw a couple beets in the batch of eggs. Make, yeah, what are those called? Purple nurples? Have a leatherwork buddy who runs his own business and he uses a clicker press. I've seen how it works and it's pretty cool. But you're using fabric by the roll and no odd shaped leather. Derek. So, and if we were having this conversation too, I would tell him and your friend who's running a clicker press, especially if he's doing the same wallet sets over and over, you can actually get pre-done wallet kits in leather. I don't know where you would get it in Cordura. That's why I didn't bring this up to the other dude. Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Great Instagram channel. You guys should check him out. He does leather. And if you watch the progression of him working, he did a clicker press, and then he started buying wallet kits and building wallet kits because he was doing them so frequently. I would think that you could have your Cordura shipped somewhere and have a company laser cut it for you also if you didn't have a laser. Charles Wilson, what's up, buddy? I need to get with someone to figure out my correct belt size. Had a 44 fit when I was wearing my 52 jeans. Now I use it as a battle belt and I'm wearing a size 38. Chuck, you wear 38-inch pants and you want what kind of belt? I would tell you if the tag in your jeans says 38 inches, buy a low profile belt in 38 inches. That's what I would tell you. That's the belt I'm wearing right now. Get Taylor's take, wrap it around yourself and read. Now, don't fucking do that. That is not how my sizing works. If you do that, you're going to fuck your sizing all up. Go on my website. Every page where you can order a belt clearly says, order a belt the same size as the tag in your pants says. And it says these words following it. If the tag in your jeans says 32 inches, order a belt that says 32 inches. 38 is normal podcast. 38 is a normal podcast. Join the membership is 100% worth it. Thanks. Evan Dixon, what's up, bud? Any idea what time you're coming through here on Monday? Toolco, have a good night. Democrats voted against freeing the slaves, and they implemented Jim Crow. Yeah, Jim Crow. Do you know who Jim Crow was? Do you know who Jim Crow was? Look that up. Democrat, congressman, Jim Crow. I subscribe to the equal opportunity. Yeah. You guys came out hard in episode 35. Did you hear us say anything in episode 35 that you believe to be incorrect or untruthful? Because they hit us for medical disinformation. That was what they were mad about on episode 35. Are you planning on retiring to Idaho next year? How was the class? Late afternoon, early evening, right on. John, who needs a cage? The proper application of a few feet of decent wire and large treble hooks will suspend body. I want an actual like medieval cage, like they would hang in Court Square and they'd put thieves in there and the birds would pick them apart and then there'd just be a skeleton. I saw a super old like strips of metal, like 1x2, probably not 1x2s, old jail cell. It had a 2-bunk jail cell. Looks like it's from like, I don't know, early 1900s. He wants too much for it. He wants too much for me to buy it. 35 got bombed for saying the Surgeon General was a low T tranny. That's what I thought too. That was my suspicion. You know, the man with the penis. that they say is the female. That's what I figure we got locked out for too. But it said medical disinformation. I guess that could be medical. That's not a general or an admiral either, by the way. That's some horse shit they fucking gave him. Yeah, Amanda thinks it was the Black Eye Club. Just order your guys multi-tool pouch. Right on. Fisher Defense, thanks for the order. Who stole prison letters and paid actors to create rap? Yeah, the CIA, gangster rap, Eazy-E, NWA, it seems to be. Those crow cages are easily fabricated. I'm sure they are. I'd love to have one. I want to build a full gallows, like a real one, that we can put, bands on stage with and shit. Did 35 get pulled? We put it up last Saturday, and they immediately pulled it and gave us a 7-day ban. They removed it. It never even went public. Nobody heard it. Nobody saw it. They pulled it down and gave us a strike. We put it up on Rumble, and it's up for anyone to see. Typically, to get our podcast, you have to be a member at the $10 level. But we put this one up on Rumble for anyone, whether you're a member or not. So if you're not sure if you want to become a member, if you're not sure if it's worth you being a member, jump over to Rumble. My channel's SOE Tactical Gear, and give a listen. If you like it, jump back over to YouTube and join us at the $10 level. All of our podcasts do come out free to the public eventually. They're about 3 months behind. You get a lot of other stuff in there with that $10 membership. We also have a Patreon page. It's $5. You ask questions on the Patreon page, and Jeff and I build a video, and we give you we did a 43-minute video this week. There's an hour video last week on Patreon. And then we also do our giveaways. When you see the full build SOE videos, we took all of the gear that I built from those videos and we picked a winner and gave it away. This next giveaway will be one of those micro rig stacked micro shooter kits. Comes with a stacked micro rig, comes with an H harness, comes with a hydro carrier, and it comes with a FUPA dangler. And you get to pick whether you want woodland or you want tiger stripe. That's what the next winner gets. All you have to do is be a member of our Patreon. Ace Hardware workers are willing to help you and products for you that are, yeah, they've been great every time we've got in there.
They're definitely the helpful hardware store.
Yeah, politicians need to be afraid. Yeah, make politicians scared again? Afraid. Absolutely, make politicians afraid again. Which one of them got up in there like, are they talking about coming after us? Yes, motherfucker, that's what we're talking about. But CDC guidelines for chest feeding. Yeah, did you see they're going to do a placenta implant? Speaking of the membership, did the Facts of the Matter is Scully shirt come out? No, you'd have seen it, man. We do a shirt every week. Wife is listening and was like, who is this? Guess we'll start listening together. We were in an antique store today, and we've been in there quite a few times. We've bought a lot of things. I actually bought the gentleman's closet there. And they're like, hey, do you know David Canterbury? I go, yeah, I actually know David Canterbury. Like, in real life, know him. And she's like, oh, he came through here and walked all around and then left and then came back inside, and there was a bunch of stainless steel pans outside that he bought. I go, yeah, that's kind of his thing. Cast iron. And she's like, yeah, we took a picture with him. I'm like, that's cool, that's cool. And as we were leaving, they said, hey, can we take a picture with you? So we did. And we never saw them do anything with it. We never got tagged with it. We never saw it. They actually put it up today. I shared it on my Facebook page. But when we walked in today, the lady that works there was like, I've been watching some of your videos. And I said, oh, yeah? She goes, yeah. And we just started talking about, the things that we talk about. And she seemed like she was fully on board. She's probably 65. And maybe more. But she, you know, older beliefs. And we just started having conversation, and it was a very good conversation. And she said, "You're locked on YouTube. You can't. Did they ban you from YouTube?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Was it for your language?" I go, "No, probably not. Probably not for my language. I give them plenty more to be mad about." I wish my wife is like that. She loves the Attack Response podcast. Our podcast. No offense, guys, but our podcast fucking kills Tac Response's podcast. Tac Response's podcast is horrible compared to ours. You notice they've never asked us to come over there and podcast. Is this point? It feels like at this point it feels like we all know enough to consider lack of action and complacency, but hive mind. Where is the line in the sand? Well, James said he thought we were at the line in the sand, but all of you were pussies and nobody was there. Look how many friends of James shredded their certificates. People that he lets live at his house for years shredded certificates and turned their back on James, right? So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be anybody you know that takes action. I think it's going to be a bunch of unknown people, small people that take action in a manner like Killdozer, or when they come to your door and people have just had enough, feel like they've got nothing to lose. It's going to be a bunch of unrelated people all at once or within a day or two that is going to ignite the flame. Ben Shapiro was in my hometown this whole week. Tons of pictures of him online all over the place. That's cool, man. Sakota, what up? How many hours are you putting in a day? You've got nonstop awesome footage and not just sewing. Fisher Defense Group. Amanda.
Yes.
How many hours would you say that I put in a day?
16 to 18, depending on like what time we get up.
Yeah, 16 to 18 hours a day.
And that's not padded. That's not like flub or bullshit or sitting on the toilet fucking looking at Instagram. Like it's 16 to 18 hours.
Yeah, 16 to 18 hours. The Radio Made Easy alumni will start the untelevised revolution. Nice. I agree. The vast majority of people who call themselves conservatives are too lazy. Well, I think let's flesh that out a little bit more. I do agree with you. But let's assign some reasons or some more words to that, right? Conservatives, let's say there's 91 of you. Oh my God, I'm not conservative. I'm an anarchist. Okay. Let's say people who are not liberally left. Okay. I'm not a prepper. You have a whole wall full of food here, and you can't walk in any of your rooms because it's all full of guns and bullets and toilet paper. You're a prepper. We have jobs. We run businesses. Josh, who's a friend of mine, ran many restaurants as the head of the restaurant, the executive chef. Wrote the menus for amazingly large, huge restaurants. Opened 14 restaurants in Las Vegas for Wolfgang Puck. That man had a job, has a job. He's constantly moving all the time. Everybody I know, if I'm a friend of yours, I'm hard to be friends with. You have to come to me if we're going to be friends for the most part. And then once you've done that 100 times, I'll meet you halfway sometimes. Those dudes typically have jobs. Homeless people, broke people, people working for governments, they don't typically come where I am. My friends all have jobs, they all work, and those people consider themselves to be conservative, right? We have families that we raise. The wacko liberals, the people you saw, you always heard about these racist riots and stuff, like the Antifa shit. Those were all fucking rich people's white kids for the most part. They don't have children. They don't hold jobs. And if they do, it's like a fucking barista job. It's a Starbucks job. And they can go out and just burn shit down. Though that's that side. That is the militant side of the radical left. And those people don't have children, right? Typically, we have jobs because we create a product or we have a skill that somebody seeks out, right? I use dentist all the time. If I wake up on Saturday morning and my tooth is hurting so bad, I'm going to pay that dentist anything he wants to come and fix my tooth on Sunday. And I'm going to seek him out. That other side, those jobs they have, who are they? They're college professors. They work for government in some manner, and they get paid only because the government steals money from us who create and gives it to those people who create nothing. Would you ever go to the DMV? Would you ever go to the DMV and pay them registration for a vehicle you already own? Would you ever go to the DMV and have them send you to an inspection station so a dude can write up a bunch of bullshit that you have to have replaced, then go to a mechanic and have it replaced, and then go back to the DMV? You would never go there. Libertarian, I think, is the way to go. Libertarian will never catch the vote. Like, for real. If you think that voting is going to do anything for you, you better vote for Trump this time. Whether you like Trump, whether you hated Trump, you cannot deny that the economy was better under when he was president. My taxes were down, my people made money, everything worked better. Even though there's shit that Trump did that I don't like, you're not going to vote for some middle person and have it make a fucking bit of difference. I posted everyone that has a problem with Richmond, north of Richmond, has Kool-Aid hair and got taken down for bullying on TikTok. Of course, man. Of course.
Hey, I have Kool-Aid hair.
Yours is different. You didn't actually use Kool-Aid.
No, not anymore.
Did you ever decide Bean Day winners? I think we did. Shapiro is good till he starts sucking DeSantis's dick. I agree. The vast majority of people who call themselves conservatives are too lazy to get up and do anything. Well, it's because we have shit to lose too. Think about that. Like, we actually have stuff to lose. If you went out, Josh, and did a bunch of shit, Killdozer. If you went out and Killdozered your courthouse, chances are they would come and kill your woman. They would definitely come and destroy any properties you had. Scott, what's up, buddy? We sell heirloom seeds, among other things. When COVID hit, we realized we had made a great decision, made more money in 2020 than any other year in life, 3 times the time. Yep. Amanda, you and I have the same values. Task Force meme, what's up? Taxes, taxes, taxes. They want more and more, ready for the hike on taxes. Yeah, why do you think they just hired all those IRS agents? Don't worry, though. They'll send 3 to your house and one will shoot another one, so. I'll be a Radio Made Easy alumni after tomorrow. John Dean, right on. Jughead, what's up? Flying back and forth from China takes up a lot of John's time. Yes, it does. China. China. And Fisher Defense, to flesh this out a little more, how many hours a day are you putting in? You got nonstop awesome footage. So we film on Wednesday, all day Wednesday we film. We film the Pulling the Thread podcast, and then Jeff takes off. We film a sewing video, and then we film some other content also. On Friday, we film a good half of the day. That's Amanda and I. We sit down and film several different things. Monday, we've got a ton of shit going on, and I'm just in the building full time. Every day, 7 days a week, I also put 30 minutes or so in on the farm. And then some days that's an hour, and then sometimes that's, 8 to 10 hours. I sew an hour or 2, sometimes more, every day. I have not turned this sewing machine on today, but yesterday I sewed for a couple hours during business hours, and then when everybody left, I also sewed for several hours last night. Yeah, you can't come by here, man. Have a chance if you can make it to the Bay Area. I have a canoe. He has to fly there every night. Democrats, Republicans are trying to make Libertarian Party invalid. Libertarian parties aren't allowed to participate in debates. You can vote for a Libertarian all you want. You don't have enough votes to win for a libertarian candidate. Whether I agree with it or not. Isn't Ron Paul libertarian? Trump was right when he called the Republican splinters to rally under one banner, because if the left removes him from the ballot, there's no one else proving the left is out for domination. Appreciate you having your channel. Believe it or not, you are helping people, and there are more of us than you even know that think the same. Oh no, I know. They want you to believe that you're divided. They want you fractured, right? Look at the gun community, right? It's a constant fight. Look at my. You want to see a perfect example of what's out there? Look at my video 4MAG Warbag. Look at the short on YouTube. Look on Instagram. What?
I'm laughing at that.
And look on Instagram.
TikTok.
On TikTok, yeah. Look at the 4MAG Warbag shorts. Those are all dudes that look like us and want to do the same things we do. We have more in common than we don't. But look at the Pulling the Thread podcast. Look at the 13 Mag video. Those are all dudes that say they've been in combat for real, that are all talking shit. If you vote anything but Republican or Democrat, you're wasting your vote. Trump has done everything he said he was gonna do. No other yeah, but he didn't fucking fire any of them. He didn't hang any of them. He didn't put any of them in prison. If I was president, you'd be in jail. He didn't do that. Trump was his own worst enemy. All the people fucking Trump over right now, Trump could have got rid of while he was in office. Calling the war, 4 gun groups all at each other. Yep. Libertarian scam all is Dillard's taking votes out of the Republic. Yeah, I believe so, man. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this down here in just a minute. Last comments, statements. Scott, you're in San Diego waiting for the storm. Have a plan and have a second plan. I know your plan is to shelter in place. Play it out in your head, though. If something happens, where are you going and how are you going to get there? Do I know what happened to the soldiers that didn't take the jab? They forced them all out of the military. They retired them all and didn't give them retirement, I believe. They forced them all out. Thousands and thousands of them. Need someone to fix interest rates, yeah. Yeah, he banned bump stocks. He did all kinds of shit. He was the lesser of the evil. Was your bank account better? Did your food look better? He kicked off universal basic income with the stimulus checks. Yes, he did. Live in Claremont Mesa. If weather comes up to me, Noah's Ark is coming through. Be good broadcast. Thanks for the $10, buddy. I'm of the belief that we don't need any of them as government. You need 10 laws. You don't need the thousands of laws that they keep writing that they don't follow, but figure out a way to take more money from you or imprison you, or fear of death at a gun. You and I, we only need to live by 10 laws. There's only 10. We don't need any of the others. Maybe the storm will clean up California. And now they force them out. They now say no longer have to have the jab. Yep. It'll be back. You guys know about Event 201, right? If you don't, if you're like, I don't know what Event 201 is, when you get off of here, spend a few minutes reading up on Event 201. In 2018, They war-gamed the virus that they put forth on 2019. Do you know that they just had another event 201? Do you know they just did a whole nother event 201? This one was not called event 201. They just war-gamed it, and they are projecting another, and they're calling it Mars Cove. Mars is a disease. It kills a lot of younger children, and it has a 40% death rate. They have already decided they are going to have another pandemic. Look up Event 201. Read it for yourself. Just type it into YouTube. Watch a couple videos. All right, guys, I'm out.